Mr. Mullen, do I have an appearance from you, sir?
I don't know, I don't think, you would have not, Your Honor, I'd be more than happy to fill.
I need you to fill one out if you haven't.
Do you have any blank ones here, Your
Yeah,
Honor?
give him one.
Happy, thank you.
Ms. Foley Carter, your name?
Caitlin Foley Carter.
Mr. Adams, your name?
James Robert Adams.
All right, so you fill that out.
And Robert S. Mullen on behalf of Mr. Adams, and I'll fill this out right here.
On April 4th of 25, defendant was sentenced. I set a prosecutorial review date. It should have been March 25 to 26. But at any rate, I ordered him to serve 5 days on the court work program and pay $35 per day. I set a beginning August 2nd review date on July the 30th at 8:30. Pursuant to the plea agreement, there was an agreement that the defendant must register and obtain licenses for all animals in the home within 30 days. I also ordered that the dogs remain in the defendant's residence or in a fenced-in yard or on a leash when outside with a lead. This charge of failure to provide proof of animal license was issued on June 30. We were in here July 16th. Mr. Adams said he wanted to hire a lawyer. And that's where we are. So do you wish to have a hearing or do you wish, is he going to plead guilty? Ms. Dacino, your name.
Dacino.
Does he wish to hire, does he wish to,
He asked me, Your Honor, just so you know.
No, I know.
The rest get a different question.
go ahead. Or does he wish to have a hearing?
What are we pleading to or not pleading to, Your Honor? So I
Either
know.
guilty or not guilty to failure to provide proof of an animal license by May the 4th, which is what I ordered.
Your Honor, he did not have proof of a license by May 4th, but I can give explanation of what was going on.
So is he going to plead guilty or does he wish to have a hearing?
Regarding whether or not May 4th, if we're
Correct.
just talking about May 4th, I think the court knows and my client would admit that he did not have a license
Okay.
on that date. But can I say guilty with an explanation?
Well, you're always going to be able to give an explanation.
Well,
If you plead guilty, sir, I want you to understand you could get 5 days in jail on this. Do you understand that?
I do understand.
You're presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty by a preponderance of the evidence. At a probation violation hearing, you have, why don't you two come on up to the podium if you would, please. At a probation violation hearing, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing. Do you understand that, Mr. Adams? Mr. Adams, do you understand what I just said?
Do you understand what the judge said?
I
And you wish to plead guilty?
well, guilty with explanation.
If you plead guilty, I'm taking your plea and I'm going to listen to your explanation anyway.
You will listen to it?
I will listen to it.
Sure, guilty.
To the charge you failed to obtain proof of an animal license by May the 4th of 25. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to provide proof of obtaining an animal license for your dog by May the 4th of 25?
Yes.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Plea is accepted. Have you filled out that and submitted that?
I just want to get the right, I can't remember if it's the city of Woodhaven, the city of.
This is Brownstown.
Township.
I need your appearance. I will accept the plea. Nobody's forced you to plead guilty, correct, sir?
Correct.
All right. Mr. Mullins,
I have it right here, Your Honor.
I want to remind everybody that you guys signed an agreement to obtain a license from the township. That was on the plea agreement. You can hand that up. That was on the plea agreement. That was what I ordered at the time of sentence. It still has not been done as far as I can tell, unless it's been done in the last 2 weeks. He's got a license?
He does. And Your Honor, look, I understand that whole license and registration. Can I speak now, Your Judge?
Sure.
I don't want to cut anyone before.
Did you, hang on one second. Did you see that license? I did.
I just got it. I think he dropped it off on Friday. I was off. So I now have proof of it. I got it today and I let her know.
And I confirmed with animal control that both dogs are not licensed, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, this was a troubling situation for Mr. Adams, only in the sense,
If he's got the license, I'm not gonna make a big deal.
okay, I'll shut up, Judge.
I'm not gonna, that's all I want. Now, you have to understand, I cannot let a dog that hasn't had rabies shots running around the township. I can't let that go on. I can't let that go on. Even though you're disrespectful from time to time, I have no problem with you personally, Mr. Adams. I really don't. You think differently than I do about the government and all these other things, but I don't have a problem with you personally. But you can't let your dog run all over the township. I tried to say this nicely 14 times to you and your wife. If you want to let your dogs run, buy all the houses, fence in the yards, get the township to change the zoning. You could have 148 acres. They could all run around. You could have 49 dogs. One of those dogs bites a kid. This is the least of your worries. And these are not little mutts that aren't going to inflict harm. What do you want? What do you want me to do?
Your Honor, I, as it relates to the license, I have no position now that Mr. Adams has an license. We were just looking for compliance.
I know. So was I.
I try to do the right thing, try to license him without trying to make sure that he's, just don't want nothing to happen to him. He's not.
Nobody wants anybody to happen to anything. Dogs, kids,
Yeah, I know.
adults.
If he was unsafe, I would not even have.
Has he been otherwise compliant as far as you can tell?
Well, there has been, I just got a video to load, that there was, the victim submitted a video, to Caitlin that the dog was, one of the dogs, the black one, which was running on his property on July 31st.
Wasn't his.
If I may, Your Honor, they dispute that one or both of those are their dogs. So what I had animal control do, they sent them over to the street to see whose dogs it may have been, and ask the complainant for additional footage to show where those dogs came from. So I don't know if you want to have a separate hearing scheduled for it. In the interim, animal control can do some legwork on it.
Your Honor,
Well, the whole thing would be, did it violate a law, right?
Sure.
So you almost have to, the probation department can issue a show cause for violation of law. You can issue a complaint or a citation for violation of law. And then if that happened, and I'm convinced it's their dog's, his dog.
just so the court knows, we looked at the photograph as well as the video, and immediately I stated that's not my client's dog. It does not look at all like my client's dog. It looks like a different breed of dog. It's not such a great video that it's discernible, but my client's.
Why didn't he just do this before?
You know, sometimes, Judge, people have different views. And you know what? We're not always saying that they're right or wrong.
You guys signed an agreement and I ordered that the dogs be licensed. And how could they be licensed? In only one way, there's a condition precedent. That is, right?
Well,
The
Your
dog
Honor,
had to have its shots.
Your Honor, can I say this? In looking at the whole issue, we're going to look at this issue with the vaccination. There is a movement now, Your Honor, that vaccination is, now it's not the law. You're not obligated. But I will say this, in looking at this, because now I had to get my nose up in this, the technology that was available at the time, 80 years ago, with the mandatory rabies vaccination law that went through, that we're under our state, they didn't have the ability through measurement and science to do the type of testing that Mr. Adams had requested, which is to be able to draw the blood of the dog, which he did, have its blood analyzed by a veterinarian, which he did, and sign off that there were sufficient antibodies left in the system in order to combat any type of.
Can I ask a question? When did the dog get vaccinated, and has the dog experienced any adverse reactions?
He got on the 31st. he got-
So 4 days ago, any adverse reactions?
He's starting to, he just hasn't eaten, and like this morning, he was in sweats.
You can't ask judges just to ignore laws, Mr. Mullen. I mean, it might be that maybe you should call the legislature. You can call the legislature, get them to change the law, but until the legislature changes the law and the township follows suit and changes the law, this is the law.
Your Honor, there have been some communities that have allowed.
That's fine.
They just didn't, they looked at it in this community, they decided not to go with it, he got a license.
I don't know how they can, whatever. I don't know how they can override state law, municipality, if they think, whatever. I'm not getting into that. Look, he pled guilty. Is there anything else anybody wants to say? I'm gonna call this a technical violation. He's gonna pay costs of $125. If you object to that, have at it. If he wants to say anything else, have at it. If you want to say anything else, have at it.
I'm not saying.
All right, good enough. Anything else, Mr. Adams?
No, sir.
125. This is not personal. You forced me to bang my gavel twice last time you were in here. You know how many times I hit that gavel? I have law day, and these kids come in and hit it 200 times. I got 300-400 kids that come in here. I've hit it 7 or 8 in 30 years, twice with you here the other day. Knock it off. Good luck. Go down and
I
pay.
did it one time for you, Judge.
You're gonna
30
get,
years ago. I'll see you around.
take care.
Thank you.
I need everybody to stay seated.
Mr.
Who?
Mr.